Hey guys, welcome back to the Western Vocal channel of Siff Young Artist, where we nurture the artist in you. I'm Anirudh, and welcome back to episode number 10 of the Western Vocals Beginners course. So, I guess all the regulars have had a break of a couple of weeks now because last Monday we did not have a session. Session number 9 was 2 weeks ago, and we're back today on the 28th with session number 10. So if you're joining us for the first time, this is a beginner's Western vocals course. So if you've always wanted to sing Western vocals, this would be a great starting point for you. And we have covered 9 episodes till now where we've mainly spoken about warm-ups. I have also tackled a couple of simple songs, have spoken about solfege notes, and mainly tackling melody, right? So if you haven't watched those before, please go watch them after this live session. And yeah, so today's session, I'm treating it as sort of a part two, right? So till now, in part one, we've sort of looked at melody and notes and those aspects of singing. And if you have heard the saying that for a singer, you need two things, right? Sur and tal. So that is basically melody and rhythm. So we have spoken about melody till now, and now let's take a look at the rhythmic aspect. So I'm treating this as part 2 from session 10 to maybe 6 or 7 sessions. That's going to be part 2. We're also going to be tackling a few more songs. And as always, all the material can be found in the description box below. So once the live is done, please head there and download your content. And as always, if there is any doubt, please put them in the comments below, even during the live and after that, and we'll try our best to answer your questions. So without further ado, guys, let's go to the warm-ups. So warm-ups, you've done this many times already. Let me set myself up. Let me play some chill music for you guys. Okay. So yeah. Now let's start. Just a 3-minute warm-up quickly. First, do you remember what it was? Shoulder drop, yes. Inhale, lift your shoulders, and then gently drop it. While exhaling, right? So this lets out all the upper body tension, and also make sure you've not kept your legs or knees locked. So for the body posture and how to have the best posture and technique as a singer, you can go refer to the previous 3 sessions. Now let's take a look at the neck exercises, right to left. Up and down. Clockwise and anti-clockwise. Great job. Now the next one is your mouth. So try and open your mouth as wide as possible and then slowly close it so that you get rid of any tension in this area. So let's start. You guys can do that a couple more times. The next one is to get rid of tongue tension. So put your tongue out as far as it goes down and then slowly retract it back. Right? So you guys can do that a couple more times if you want to. And now just a couple more exercises. So let me stop the music for now. So you can take a note which you're comfortable with and just hum it, where you sort of feel the vibrations in your mouth and in your throat and your vocal tract basically. So let's start. Take any note. And slowly increase it in volume one more time. Great job, guys. So now the other one is the lip trill exercise. If you remember, like place your fingers on your cheeks and with a burr sound, try and do the lip trill from the low pitch to the highest note that you can hit, and then try to come back. So something like this. Inhale. Right, so this was a bit slow just to show you guys you can do it even slower or even faster. So if you don't have time, so this is a quick run. Right, so you must feel tickling vibrations near your nose. If it starts itching, then that means you're doing it right. Now, the last couple of things which we spoke about in the previous two classes, one is the breathing exercise. Make sure your diaphragm and your stomach bulges out when you inhale. So you must not just inhale where you're puffing up your chest. That makes you feel tense. So you just need to inhale and exhale through your teeth. So close your teeth and just with a hissing sound, try to keep your breath as long as possible. So this is a great exercise for breath control. If you haven't watched it, you can go back to the previous sessions and watch it after this one. So let's do it for those of you who know already, one time. So I ended it a bit early. So as I've told you, you can time yourself. The more longer you can hold your breath, the better. And lastly, the vocal fry, where we're having that creaky, croaky sort of a sound, right, in your lowest register. So you can sigh into the fry. So as I've told you guys before, you can start very low and then try to increase the pitch where you're trying to hold the fry. But then, of course, because the fry is natural in your low pitch, it might not sound great. You might lose the fry, but don't worry, you can come back and take it up again as I showed you before. So one last time. So I hope your vocal folds feel massaged and you're relaxed now to sing. Okay, so now let's get into the crux of today's topic. That is, so as I've told you, we have tackled sur to a good extent, that is singing in tune or pitch or basically the melody aspects of singing. And today we are starting to look at the next part, which is tal or rhythm, right? So from now on, for the next few classes, it's mainly going to be tackling rhythm. So today's topic, so let me just open up the PDF for you guys. Yes, so today's main topic is how to sing on beat, guys. So this is extremely important, just like how you need to sing in tune or in pitch. The pitches you're hitting shouldn't be flat. The same way you need to sing to a beat, right? So music is comprised of many beats. Any song has beats and you need to sing along with it. So the lyrics must be sung along with it to make it sound right. Okay, so now let's take a look at some quick definitions. Firstly, before we know how to sing on beat, the first thing to know is rhythm. So what is rhythm? The definition of rhythm is a regular repeated pattern of sound or movement. So for us, I mean, a dancer also has rhythm and they're moving, but for us, it's mainly about the sound, right? It is defined as the patterns of pulses or counts of a musical piece at specific intervals. So, for example, even when you were a kid, you might have been doing PT, right? In your mass PT period, you would be 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, 2, 3, 4. That is also sort of a rhythm, and those are the counts that the like your teacher is telling you, right? So that's basically what the simplest way to describe rhythm is, a regular pattern of pulses or counts. So that's what I would say. And coming to what a beat is, the pulse, which is the basic unit of time in music, is called the beat. So this is what we count or tap while listening to a song. Say for example, you're listening to a song, you will find yourself maybe snapping your fingers or clapping along or nodding your head banging, dancing, whatever it is. So you're dancing or clapping or tapping to this specific pulse, that is 1, 2, 3, 4. Correct? So now the most common type of beat pattern or this pulse pattern that we see looks something like this, where I have written it down for you, which is 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Right? So this can also be further subdivided, like you would have heard people say 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and, right? So let me just quickly show myself to you guys. So to tell you what I'm saying, say for example, we're just putting 4 beats with our hand like this. We're clapping 4 beats. We can either just count it as 1, 2, 3, 4, or even the up. When we come up, we can just count it as and. So we're just splitting it into 2. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and, right? So hope that's clear. Let me go back to the PDF now. Okay. So what is written above is called a bar or measure of music, right? So it's essentially a way of organizing music into small, meaningful, countable sections. So here, a bar of music. So most commonly music is written in what we call as 4x4 time signature. So we will be going to time signatures a little later. So for now, what you can understand is 4x4 time is common time, where you can count the piece of music as 1, 2, 3, 4. Right? So for any song in 4x4, or which you can count as 1, 2, 3, 4, a bar or measure of music is comprising of 4 beats. So one bar is those 4 beats. So 1, 2, 3, 4 is a bar of music. It's essentially a way of organizing music into small, meaningful, countable sections, right? So you can't count every beat in a song, but probably you can count it as a bar. So 4 beats make up a bar. So it's easier and it's a more meaningful and productive way of counting music, right? Okay, so now most of us already have some sort of a sense of beat in a rhythm, right? This is because pretty much everything in our lives is rhythmic and has these counts. So from the ticking of a clock to walking in a specific way to clapping in a crowd to our heartbeats even. So what this means is, so I have had a lot of students come up to me, whether it's singers or whether it's guitarists or anyone who wants to learn music in general. They come up to me and say, I don't have a sense of music. So if you say you don't have a sense of melody or sur, maybe possible, you haven't been trained before, maybe you don't have a sense of harmony, that's fine. But then if you say you have zero sense of rhythm, that I would not completely agree with, because most of us do have some sense of rhythm. So with respect to melody, there are actually 2 to 3% of people in the world who are tone deaf. Tone deaf in the sense they cannot hear the different pitches in music or in speech, right? So, but then with rhythm, that's not the case. I haven't met anyone personally who has zero sense of rhythm. So yeah, what I would definitely say is why this is the case is everything in our life is rhythmic, right? So even the clock is ticking at tuck, 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 tuck. So that is 1 second at a time. And even when you walk, your footsteps are not going 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, right? Imagine you're climbing down steps. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's usually rhythmic and you're not even thinking about this. All of this happens at a subconscious level, right? And the best example, of course, is clapping in a crowd, where you might have 100 people in a crowd and someone's getting honored on stage and everyone's clapping. If one person's clapping like this, the other 99 people will, without thinking, subconsciously just fall into the beat, right? So it's not like one person's clapping, the other's doing, and the other's doing. If you consciously want to, you can, but then, like, if you don't think about it, you will naturally fall on beat. And the other example is if you go to a venue where you have a DJ playing or there's a band playing and you're dancing to it, you're not thinking of the beats, you're just dancing to the beat. 1, 2, 3, 4. Even if you're not a great dancer, you will be moving your hands, your limbs, and so on, right? And at the end, even a heart beats at a specific interval, that is with a specific rhythm. Obviously, when you walk faster, it gets faster, the tempo of the heartbeat gets faster. When you're relaxed and sitting in a place, maybe it's slower, but all of this is rhythm, guys. So make sure that none of you ever say that you have zero sense of rhythm, because that is technically and naturally wrong. Okay, now what is this useful as singers, right? Say for example, I have had people asking me, I don't want to play an instrument, I just want to sing. Why are you talking to me about something like this? So for them, I will tell you, as singers, understanding how the beats are arranged in a song and placing the vocals and lyrics correctly with respect to the beats is what helps us to sing in time. That is, helps us singing in time. So when you've heard people say you're not singing in time or you're not singing on beat, what they mean is, so when the beats are arranged, as a singer, you must be able to place the lyrics and sing the tune exactly where you are supposed to, right? So that is why rhythm becomes very, very important for singers. And along with pitch, that is singing in tune, which I mentioned, sur, this is the other most important aspects of interest for singers. And what separates a good singer from a not so good singer. So guys, if you can sing in tune, hit the correct pitches, and if you can sing on beat, that is sing in time to the rhythm or the beat, that will put you above a lot of others. So before focusing on other aspects such as texture, range, and all these other things, just make sure you have these two in line. Okay, that will take you a long way. This is the building blocks of being a good singer. Okay, so now imagine you are playing with a band, for example. So you will need people to play along with, right? And always you would have seen a band has a drummer. So you will need to be able to sing to a beat. So for example, in a band or a performance setup, the beats or rhythm in general is provided by percussion instrument. So what is a percussion? Percussion is any instrument which is played or produced sound from by hitting it, right? Hitting it with your hands or a stick or whatever it may be. So it's basically a percussion. So the most common percussion that you see is drums, right? So a drum kit in a rock band is the most common rhythm instrument to provide beats. This is example of a drum loop. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Right? So this is how you can sort of count beats. So we will be doing an exercise based on that soon. Okay, so hope that is clear. So that is a drum beat, and of course, if you know Indian classical music, especially Hindustani, we use a tabla to provide the rhythm part, right? The beats are provided by the tabla. In Carnatic music, more towards the south, it is the mridangam. So that is a tabla, which is an Indian origin instrument. The next, we have just given you a few examples to show you what percussions are. Even the, the anklets that you see dancers wear while dancing, that is also used as a percussion instrument. And even the tambourine, which is used by a lot of folk bands and country bands, that is also percussion. Here we have mentioned the djembe. Djembe has become popular over the years. It is basically an instrument from West Africa. So you guys can go and have a look at how these instruments sound as well. So I'm just giving you a few examples. Drum kit, I made you guys listen. So the assignment for you guys is to sort of have a look at different percussion instruments and get a feel to how they sound, right? And yeah, so the djembe is from Africa, and the next one is congas and bongos. So these are Cuban instruments from the Caribbean. So this is basically, I have seen, it was in my school, I don't know, I studied in Kendriya Vidyalaya, and maybe some of you who have studied in KVs might relate to this. We've had these old cheap congas and bongos in the school while the assembly is going on, right? So that is what our drum kit was. So this is originally from Cuba and is used in a lot of Caribbean and Latin music as well. So you guys can go check it out. This is essentially like a very party percussive instrument. So it's tied to a lot of positivity and happiness. So I love the sound of congas and bongos. And now the last thing is, say, in freestyle rap or say a cappella performances. So you would have seen rappers perform freestyle or maybe even a cappella. A cappella is just singers and no instrument, or just everything produced by the voice. So there the beats are provided by who we call as the beatboxer, right? The beatboxing is again an art where you provide the percussion and the beat with your mouth. So I'm not a beatboxer, but I have done a few a cappella videos even on the channel where I've just given a simple beat with my mouth, something like so there it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, right? So that is sort of beatboxing. I can't do beatboxing really well, but if you guys don't know what that is, please go on YouTube and search for actual beatboxers. They do it really, really well. I'm astounded by the type of sounds that they can produce with their mouths, right? Okay. So now that we have understood what rhythm is, essentially a series of exercises to help singers sing to the beat, right? Okay. So guys, the first step is to pick any song that you like and just start clapping to the beat of the song. So when you think of dancing to a song, you actually don't think about it and you just start dancing and moving your limbs, right? So when you try to do it consciously, there are some people who feel like it's not exactly falling correctly, but let's just take an example now. So let me play this song for you, which is also a song we're going to look at in the second half of it. So let's count. So this song is Late Night Talking by Harry Styles. I'm playing the original version here. I've also taught to sing this song in the course on our YouTube channel. So please go and have a look at the song tutorial if you like the song. So let's play this. Let's first get a grab of the beat. One, two, three, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So I just got hold of the beat. Then I realized that this is an up-tempo song. So maybe I shouldn't count so slow. Instead of counting 1, 2, 3, 4, I'll count 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Right? So let's get the count again. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Now, before we go to clap, you might ask me, how do you know which is the 1, which is the 2? So this is a common question I get from instrumentalists. So I can tell you that usually on beat 2 and beat 4, guys, in popular music, in pop music, in rock music, and even in film songs, you have, even in hip hop for that matter, you have a clap or a snap or the snare hit on 2 and 4. So beats 1 and 3 are considered strong beats, beats 2 and 4 are considered weak beats. We will go into this in depth later on. For now, all you need to know is when you hear 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, you'll be hearing the snare, the tsh, or like a snap, right? So that sort of a sound comes on the 2 and 4. So just make sure you are aware of that and you can hear that, and then you can start counting 1, 2, 3, 4. Right? So you must reach a level where even when the drums fall out, you should be able to count just to the instruments and guitar and the vocals or whatever is there in the song, right? Okay, now let's just try to clap a bit. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so now that you guys understood this, this is how you clap to a song. Okay, now the next part here is to figure out which beat of the bar the vocals land on. Usually it's easier to think of it as 3 common types. So now let me just quickly show you what's written here. Okay, so here is usually what we observe in songs, guys, is that the vocals land either on beat 1, before beat 1, or after beat 1. Okay, so when you're counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 1, 2, 3, 4. When you're counting like that, most beginner singers are confused because they just assume that the lyrics almost always land on beat 1 and they just sing wherever they feel 1 and they just start singing the lyrics there. I've seen this in a lot of people, but this is usually not the case in music. If that was the case where every line of every section of the song started on beat 1, it would be very boring, right? It would not have the contrast required. So the reason why I've chosen this song is that here each section starts differently. So let me show what I mean. Things haven't been quite the same. So if you observe here, the verse section, which is the beginning of the song, begins after beat 1. That is 1, 2, things haven't been quite the same. So it lands actually on beat 3. So most amateur singers would have just started singing on beat 1, things haven't been quite the same, and they would have sort of lost the melody as well. So it's very, very crucial to know where the vocals are landing in your song. So just pay attention to this, just like you pay attention to the pitch of the song as well. So let's take a listen. So how it sounds is 1, 2, things haven't been quite the same. So it's landing after beat 1, that is on beat 3. So let me quickly play that again. 1, 2, things haven't been quite the same. Right, so hope that was clear. Now let me play the pre-chorus part for you guys. Now listen. So if you saw this, the pre-chorus starts on beat 1. So the vocals land exactly on beat 1. If you're feeling down, na 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 na. That's where it starts, right? So let me play that again for you. It's exactly on the 1. If you're feeling down. 1, 2, 3, 4. If you're feeling down, I just wanna. So hope that's clear. Now let's take a look at the chorus. Can you guess what the chorus is going to be? The verse was after beat 1, the pre-chorus was on beat 1, and the chorus, no prizes for guessing, it is before beat 1, guys. So listen. 1, 2, 3, 4. So if you saw this, it was we've been doing all this late night. So the we've been doing started on the 3 of the previous, and the 1 it landed on all this late night. So the all landed on beat 1, but the we've been doing started before beat 1. That it started on beat 3 of the previous bar itself. So let me play that again for you. 1, 2, 3, 4. So the we've been doing started on 3, 4, and then on 1 we landed on the all, right? So hope this sort of makes it a bit clearer for you guys what I'm saying. So the assignment for you guys is to also listen to a few more songs and firstly tap along to the beats and just start counting them and figure out where the vocal is landing, right? So this is your assignment on all different sections of the song, and try to also follow the above 2 steps with songs that we've already done. So try this with Do a Dear, and especially with It's a Beautiful Day, and even the body posture song. If you guys want to see how it's landing, even though they're fairly simple songs, they can be used to learn this topic of rhythm, right? So another thing which I can definitely recommend to you guys is to download an app which we will be talking about in future episodes, but this is called Metronome or Click Track, METRONOME. That is METRONOME. So Metronome, that is basically you can get an app on your phone which is usually free, and it gives you the 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. It gives you a click track. It gives you in different speeds as well, a lower speed, a higher speed. A low speed can be 1, 2, 3, 4. A higher one can be 1, 2, 3, 4. Correct? So that's called tempo, and then we'll be talking about that later as well. Okay, guys. Now it's time to move on to the next song. So today I've chosen a brand new song which is also apt for the topics that we've covered today, which is basically about counting beats. So I've taken the song Count on Me by Bruno Mars. So the lyrics of Count on Me are given below. So for those of you who don't know the song, I'll just be quickly playing until the first post chorus for you guys. It's a very nice song. It's about how friendship should work. We also put out a cover of this on Friendship Day. It's on our channel. You can go check that out. So let me quickly play the song for you, for those of you who don't know it, and then we'll move forward to learning it.
If you ever find yourself stuck in the middle of the sea, I'll sail the world to find you. If you ever find yourself lost in the dark and you can't see, I'll be the light to guide you. Find out what we're made of when we are called to help our friends in need. You can count on me like 1, 2, 3, I'll be there. And I know when I need it, I can count on you like 4, 3, 2, and you'll be there. 'Cause that's what friends are supposed to do, oh yeah. Ooh, yeah, yeah. If you're tossing and you're turning and you just...
So we are stopping the song here. You can listen to the full song if you guys are interested. It's a very, very nice song. Okay, so firstly, what we are supposed to do is to just figure out how the rhythm is going, right? It is also in common time. That is 1, 2, 3, 4. So let's clap along to this song from the beginning. Hope that's clear. Let's just clap along to a few bars. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4.
If you ever find yourself stuck in the middle of the sea,
Clap along, guys.
I'll sail the world to find you. If you ever
1,
find
2,
yourself lost
3,
in the dark and
4.
you can't see,
1, 2, 3, 4.
I'll be the light to guide you. Find out what we're made of when we are called to help our friends in need.
3,
You
4.
can count on me like 1, 2, 3, I'll be there. And I know when I need it, I can count on you like 4, 3, 2, and you'll be there. 'Cause that's what friends are supposed.
So, okay. Hope that is clear to you guys. So these are the lyrics. You can download the PDF from the description below. Okay, so now we are just analyzing this song. So the chorus is the most famous and also the most important part of the song, which is really fun to sing along to. So let's quickly take a listen to how the chorus should sound. I'm taking a key. This key should be comfortable for everyone. Okay, first what we're going to do is to quickly understand how the rhythm was landing, and we'll just take a look at the chorus today, and then we'll tackle the other sections in the upcoming classes, right? Because this is the most important part of the song. So if you heard the song there when we were tapping, the chorus started on the started on beat 4 of the previous bar. So that means it started before beat 1. So that is 1, 2, 3. You can count on me like. So 1, 2, 3. You can count on. The count started on beat 1. So just pay attention to that, because rhythm is something we're paying a lot more attention to from now on. Okay. So let me help you guys with the melody. This is the key we are picking for the rest of this song. Okay. You can count on me like 1, 2, 3, I'll be there. Right? So these are the first two lines. You can count on me like, na 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 na. So it goes up, it's like climbing up and then coming back down and climbing back up again, right? So you can count on me like 1, 2, 3, and I'll be there. I'll be there. Ah. So it comes a bit low, and then let's take the first two lines and move on to lines 3 and 4. You can count on me like 1, 2, 3, I'll be there. And I know when I need it, I can. So the next part is a bit faster. And I know when I need it, I can. So that gets finished before the count on you starts. So that the melody repeats there. So it should be, you can count on me like 1, 2, 3, and I'll be there. And I know when I need it, I can. Na 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 na. So it's a very stepwise melody. Na. So it's moving down. Okay. You can count on me like 1, 2, 3. I'll be there. And I know when I need it, I can count on you like 4, 3, 2, and you'll be there. So here, and I'll be there, and you'll be there. So you need to stretch them out, you need to sustain them. Okay, now only the last line is left. So till there, we'll do it again. You can count on me like 1, 2, 3, I'll be there. And I know when I need it, I can count on you like 4, 3, 2, and you'll be there. 'Cause that's what friends are supposed to do, oh yeah. So here it's very rhythmic, there are a lot of words. So what you need to pay attention to, it's very choppy and almost like a static melody. That's not too much movement, but there is an emphasis on that's what friends are supposed to do. So the word supposed is just sang supposed. So that's a nice little quirk he's done there. But the two words of emphasis are that and supposed. 'Cause that's what friends are supposed to do, oh yeah. Okay. So that's what you need to sing. So once we're doing it again with the lyric, then one last time I'll do it without you guys seeing the lyrics. So try to memorize it, and then we'll end the session and you guys can practice this along with your rhythm exercises that I've given you, so that from next week we can move forward with more topics related to rhythm and also the other parts of the song, right? You can count on me like 1, 2, 3, and I'll be there. And I know when I need it, I can count on you like 4, 3, 2, and you'll be there. 'Cause that's what friends are supposed to do, oh yeah. 'Cause that's what friends are supposed to do. 'Cause that's what friends are supposed to do, oh yeah. Okay, so that is how the last line ends. Now you guys can repeat after me. Okay, so let's start. So I'll sing one line and then you guys repeat it. This is the key. You can count on me like 1, 2, 3, and I'll be there. You're done. You can. Okay, now. And I know when I need it, I can. Okay? And I know when I need it, I can. You guys repeat. Great. Now the next line. Count on you like 4, 3, 2 and you'll be there. Your turn. Count. Okay, and the last line. 'Cause that's what friends are supposed to do, oh yeah. Na na, 'cause that's what friends are supposed to do, oh yeah. So the that and supposed have that higher pitch where na 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 na. Right? Hope that's clear, guys. So this is a wonderful song. So I'm very excited to crack this one up with you guys. So hope you enjoyed today's lesson. And if you haven't, please go back and watch the previous videos. You have a lot to cover if this is your first session. As I said, this is part 2 of the beginner's course where we're mainly dealing with rhythms, right? And for those of you who don't have the Siff Young Artist app, you can also find all the material, including the video content on the app. So make sure to download it. Fine then, I'll see you next week. Every Monday we're live at 4 p.m. So I'll see you next Monday at 4. Until then, keep practicing, keep singing.